Let us begin. Now, when I was a child in the 80s and 90s, I lived in a part of California that was so rural, it didn't have a name. I would walk and hike and scramble up red iron rock hillsides every day, 4 hours, singing to the birds and the rabbits. Now, back in those days, I really wanted to be a fairy tale princess, and I'll tell you why. First of all, because fairy tale princesses are nearly always outside singing to the birds and the rabbits. That's great to me. And second of all, they're nearly always helping out in some meaningful way. Now, I'm going to make a couple of assumptions about you. And the first is that you would also like to be outside singing to the birds and the rabbits and also helping out your world in some meaningful way. So what if I were to tell you that there is a way in which you can conflate these two awesome activities? You can help out by raising money for nonprofits, and you can be outside singing to the birds by exercising and raising money at the same time. Today, we're going to talk about fitness as a philanthropic activity. How, you may ask? Why, through an app called Charity Miles. By the end of this talk, it's my hope that you'll be able to describe how Charity Miles works and how it uses running, walking, and biking as a vehicle for philanthropy. So we're going to talk about how Charity Miles generates money, which activities it tracks, and which nonprofits Charity Miles supports. First of all, you should know that Charity Miles donates money via corporate sponsors. These companies give Charity Miles money in return for every mile that you cover during your fitness activity. So what they do is they display, a promotional photograph on the screen of your phone while you're working out. It's an ad, like they're giving money in exchange for getting your eyeballs, right? But this is a win-win-win situation. It's helpful for the companies, it's helpful for you as the exerciser, and it's helpful for the nonprofits who are getting said money. So because of this setup, exercisers, companies, and nonprofits, they all benefit. And Charity Miles is basically the middleman that links all of these groups together. So now that we've talked about how Charity Miles generates money, let's talk about which exercises it tracks. Charity Miles tracks running, walking, and bicycling. Now, bicyclists, they earn 10 cents per mile that they cover, and runners and walkers, they earn 25 cents for every mile that they cover. So people at every fitness level can use Charity Miles in a very effective way. So with Charity Miles, you can raise money by running or walking or bicycling, but which nonprofits are you helping anyway? Charity Miles has a selection of about 40 nonprofits from which to choose. Now, I personally have raised money for Habitat for Humanity, for the Ironman Foundation, and for the World Wildlife Fund. But I am sure that there are nonprofits on this list that would inspire you and be in alignment with your own values. So by scrolling through their list of options, you can pick the nonprofit you like the most, and you can set it and forget it, or you can change it every time. So all you do is you flip open your phone. Do we do that anymore? You tap the button on your phone, and then you pick the one you want and you get your workout started. Bada boom, helping. So let's wrap this up. If you take anything away from this talk, here are the 3 main points you should know. 1, Charity Miles generates money via corporate sponsors. 2, it tracks bicycling, running, and walking. And 3, it has about 40 different nonprofits from which to choose. There's something for everybody. You can exercise to help your family and your community. You too can be outside singing to the birds and the bees. Now, you may not be out in the rattlesnake infested, crawling with scorpions, yet stunningly beautiful patch of wilderness where I grew up, but I am sure that there is a beautiful corner of the outdoors where you live. When you go out into the rest of your life, I hope that you will give Charity Miles, or maybe something similar if you can find it. Just give it a try. This is the start of a new way of thinking about how moving our bodies can help not only us, but the world. You can exercise to benefit non-profits. Now, Charity Miles is one way, but it is not the only way. And this is what I call movement for movements.